students, welcome back to our channel Study Shastra. In this video, we are going to study about the topic Quantity Theory of Money second approach, which is Cambridge equation or also known as cash balance approach. As an alternative to Fisher's quantity theory of money, which we have earlier studied in previous video, Marshall, PIGOU'S, Robertson, Keynes, etc., all the economists at the Cambridge University formulated the Cambridge cash balance approach. Fisher's transaction approach emphasized the medium of exchange function of money. On the other hand, Cambridge cash balance approach was based on store of value function of money. According to the cash balance approach, the demand for money and supply of money determine the value of money. This approach considers the demand for money and supply of money at a particular point of time. Since at a particular moment supply of money is fixed, it is the demand for money which largely accounts for the changes in the price level happened in the economy. As such, cash balance approach is also known as demand theory of money. As students, we know that supply is a limited factor in the economy and supply of money is also limited. So if there is any effect which happens on price, it will impacted by the demand for money. According to economist Marshall, he gave his Marshall equation where his demand for money is equals to supply for money equation equals to my is equals to constant k py, where m is the supply of money, where currency includes demand deposits also. P represent the price level. Here y is the aggregate real income and k is the fraction of real income which the people desire to hold in the form of money. According to this, the price level P is directly proportional to the money supply M, and the price level P is indirectly proportional to the aggregate real income Y. As student, we are saying that the relation between the price level and money supply is directly proportional. If it means that if price level rises, money supply also rises in the economy. But if price level rises, then aggregate real income will fall because of the inverse relation between them. And the proportion of real income which people desire to keep in the form of money is K, also falls if price level rises. Money supply as well as the income being constant here have the impact that with the increase in the proportion of real income which people desire to keep in the form of money, which is K, when price level P falls, and with the decrease in K, price level rises. This directly shows that there is an indirectly proportional relation between them. Here, the real income which people desire to keep and the income remain unchanged if supply of money increases. Price level rises, so money supply decreases and price level falls. There is a direct relation between the price level and the money supply. If price level rises, money supply also rises. If price level falls, money supply also falls. The second approach is given by PIGOU'S equation, where he said that price level is equals to the money supply divided by the proportion of real income held by the people in the form of money and the total real income or the real resources. According to him, the equation is P is equals to M divided by K into R. Since the money is held by the community in the form of cash and in the form of bank deposits, this equation formed. PIGOU'S further extended this equation to include bank deposits and money. Thus, his modified equation is P is equals to M divided by KR, which is also equals to this equation, where he denotes C as the proportion of cash which people keep with them, and 1 minus C is the proportion of bank balances held by the people. Here, this H represents the proportion of cash reserves to the deposits held by the banks. According to PIGOU'S, if the proportion of real income which people keep themselves was more significant than money supply in explaining changes in purchasing power of money, that is value of money. This means that value of money depends upon the demand of the people to hold money. Moreover, assuming K and R and also C and H in the modified equations to be constant, the relationship between money supply and the price level is direct and proportional. Now, we are studying about the Robertson's equation. According to his equation, money supply is equals to K multiplied by PT, which means that here P is the present price level, M is the money supply, T is the total amount of goods and services to be purchased during a financial year, and K is the proportion of that total amount of goods and services which people wish to hold in the form of cash. According to Robertson, in cash balance equation specifically, when price changes directly with money supply and there is an inverse relation between the proportion of total amount of goods and services to be purchased and the total amount of goods and services purchased. According to Keynes' equation, N is equals to Pk, or price is equals to N divided by K. Here P is the price level of the consumer good, N represents the cash held by the general public, and K represents the real balance or the proportion of consumer goods over which cash is kept. Here we are talking about the liquidity of the money which we kept in the form of cash. According to this Keynesian equation, assuming K, that is real balance, to be constant, a change in cash held by the general public, which is N, causes a direct and proportional change in price level of consumer good. In other words, if the quantity of money in circulation is doubled, then price level is also doubled, which provide that K remains constant. In order to include bank deposits in money supply, Keynes extended this equation with N divided by K plus R K dash, where this R is the cash reserve ratio and K is the real balance held in the form of bank money. Yes, here K is not the cash balance held in the form of cash, but K dash is the real balance held in the form of bank money. Assuming that K and K dash are, and obviously cash reserve ratio are constant, a change in N causes a direct and proportional change in price. Students, in all the approaches, we are again and again saying that if quantity of money rises, prices also rise and value of money falls. The limitation to this cash balance approach will be that there will be price level that does not measure the purchasing power. There were some neglected factors over there. K and Y are not constant in the real world. Demand for money is not interest elastic, and many more.